Hello there, this is Sue from Sue's Paper Creations. My name is Sue Phillip and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada. It is Saturday, so I am bringing you my Simple Saturday card. On Saturdays, I like to keep it simple. I like to make beautiful cards that you can make within about 10 minutes or less, but get a stunning result. It's a nice way to be able to build up your cards to have on hand, or just, you get a last minute invite to something, you can quickly make something up. So today we will be using the Beautiful You stamp set, which has a whole bunch of gorgeous images in it. We're going to be using these lovely ladies here from the stamp set, and we are going to use the Stamparatus. So I know some of you are waiting patiently, or I don't know how patiently you're waiting. It's really hard to wait to get this guy in the mail, but they are starting to ship them. The first release of them started this last week, so I'm sure those who got in on the pre-order, you've received your emails, and they will be coming out to you probably in the next month or so. So when they do arrive, you will have a really quick and easy card that you can put together. If you don't have this stamp set, you can use any image for this ombre effect. If you want to get the stamp set, mind you, and place an order through me using my host code, I will ship you out a finished card as well as one of my free card kits for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to get started. I'm going to just quickly show you a couple things about the Stamparatus. I'll give you the quick run through. Comes with two fabulous strong magnets that you store in the back of, right on the back of the Stamparatus. Comes with two hinge plates. That is one of the unique features of the Stampin' Up! Stamp Positioner compared to other ones on the market. These plates actually come out, you can reverse them, and therefore you have 4 different sides to work on. They also hinge, which is what we are going to be doing. You guys are going to learn the hinge step. So I'm going to jump right in and show you how this is done. I am going to be creating this card right here. And if you want to see this one made, I did make this card on my Facebook Live this morning. So my Facebook page is just Sue's Paper Creations, and you can head on over there and you can see that other silhouette card being made. Okay, so let's start by deciding where you want your first image and your darkest image to appear. So you're going to start over one side of the page, and I'm just going to lay down my little lovely lady here with her umbrella, and I'm going to bring in my plate here. I'm just going to hinge it over, and I'm going to start inking it up. So I am going to be using Damper Denim, and the card that I'm using is I'm using the tones of greens and blues. And when they combine together, they're going to get a beautiful aqua color, which you're going to see once we color her dress a little bit later. But to start my image off, I'm just going to flip it down here, and I'm going to press that image onto my paper. I'm going to lift it up. Now, for this image, for the first one, I want it slightly darker. So one of the great features of the Stamparatus is, if for some reason, say the whole image didn't stamp properly, or if you just want it darker than what you would get normally stamping it once, you can ink it up and you can stamp it again. Okay, and then you get an even darker image. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this to 90 degrees. I'm going to pull it out because that's how the plates release. They have to be at 90 degrees. I'm going to pop it over one hinge at the top here, okay? And I'm going to re-ink it. And I'm going to stamp that down. So this is going to give me a slightly lighter image because I'm just going to ink it once, okay? Remember, we inked this one twice. We're just inking this one once. Now from this point on, I am not going to re-ink the stamp. I'm just going to pull out the plate, move it over, and I'm going to press it down. And each time it is going to get lighter. I am just going to do 4 of these across the page. I mean, you could do it so that it went completely off the page if you wanted, faded right off the page, but I'm going to go with 4 of them. So you can see how we have got 4 different shades. It's getting lighter. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my little saying here, and I'm going to place it down on my card front where I want it to be. I'm going to pick it up. Still has a little ink from last time, but that's okay because we're going right down in the exact same place. And I'm just going to press that down. So I use the top plate to go across, and I'm using this one to go sideways here. If I wanted, I could use this plate by just flipping it around and adding another stamp to it. But I've got the two plates, so I'm going to use both plates. Okay, so there is all the finished stamping. That was quick and easy. I mean, I did a lot of talking throughout there, so you could easily get that done in about a minute. Now we're going to take this piece off and we're going to do some watercoloring. Okay, I'm going to bring in my watercolor pencils. I love these. You get a large variety of colors, and I'm going to bring in the, let's see here, which one is this one? The Bermuda Bay, and I'm going to bring in a little bit of red for the umbrella. So when I'm doing the aqua painting, I'm just going to bring this in a little bit. I'm not too fussy about my lines. I keep them to the outside edges a little bit and do a tiny bit of shading in the center. But my main goal is to get a nice thick layer on the outsides, or you could even just follow. I like to just follow, for these type of stamps, I follow the lines, you know, that they already have in the dress. So I'm going to just darken that up and go around the edges with the Bermuda Bay for the dress, like so. And again, I'm going to kind of go roughly around the outside of the beautiful dress, a little bit along the bottom, and that is my starting point. Okay, so I am highlighting the darkest lady on here. You could pick whichever one you want. If you wanted to highlight the second one, you could, or even bring out some color in the last one. It's totally up to you. It's your creation. I just wanted to show you a quick and easy way to put together a card. Now, for the aqua painter, I want just a little bit of color. For this card, I used archival gray, so therefore I didn't have any bleeding from the gray into the red. Okay, it gave a nice sharp red image for the dress. For this one, we are using Bermuda. Remember, it was, actually damper denim that we used for the stamping, and that is a water-based ink. So it is our basic water-based inks. So you are going to get a little bit of color that is going to blend in from the damper denim that you stamped the original image in. And I am good with that because that is the kind of the look that I wanted for this. But if you wanted to, you could stamp it all in either the gray, or you could stamp it in the black, both of the archivals, or even the memento, and then you wouldn't have any bleeding of colors. But the reason why I wanted to have a little bit of bleeding is, watch when I blend that teal in, or the Bermuda Bay in with the navy. It just gives a really beautiful color for this dress, and that's what I was going for. So again, I'm just using a little bit of water. I don't need a lot in my brush. But you can see how just dragging the color in from the outside, where I originally put down that thick layer with the watercolor pencil, how it blends it together, but still keeps it somewhat highlighted around the edges. So there is the beautiful watercoloring, and that is the stamping done with the Stamparatus and the Hinge step. So for the finished product, I laid this down. I did a little bit of I believe this was Pool Party, that I just put a strip across the back just to add a little bit extra color in there. And then I laid this down onto my page. And then to finish it off, I just used a little bit of our Night of Navy. We have got a seam binding now that is crinkled, and I love the look of it. I thought it was perfect for this card. So I just wrapped that around and did a little tie. Watch, we'll just tuck that one in after that was all glued down, and there is the finished card. So really quick and easy. I mean, that I've done a lot of talking here, so you could easily make this card in about 5-6 minutes, even with all your gluing. And if you were making more than one using the Stamparatus, what I would do is I would do all the stamping first. And again, once your stamps are set up on that Stamparatus, you can just lay down those pieces of paper, keeping it 1 inch, you know, in the same spot, 1 inch from the top and the bottom on the Stamparatus, and you could make multiple cards. Then I would color them all and then assemble them all. So you could have easily 10 cards or so in about 20 minutes. So simple and easy for Saturday. And there is my host code for March. So you want to place any orders online, you can just click on the link below, or if you are over on my Facebook page, Sue's Paper Creations, and you are checking out this one that I did earlier on Facebook Live, then you can just click my Shop Now button at the top of my page, and that will take you to my online store. So I do have a few little perks for you. Those placing orders over $50 will receive one of my card kits in the mail. Everything that has all the layers and embellishments to make 4 beautiful cards. Remember, celebration is going on, so if you hit the $60 mark, you want to make sure that you're picking out your freebies. You have 1 more month to get all those freebies. At the end of March, celebration will be over. So I hope you enjoyed that quick and easy simple card, and I will see you next time. I will be doing this every Saturday as well as other videos, so if you don't want to miss any, remember to subscribe to my channel and you won't miss any of the cards that I have made. If you want more techniques with the Stamparatus, I do have 3 or 4 videos already on my YouTube channel. You can look back and you can see some other cards made with the Stamparatus. Okay, so have a great weekend, and I will see you next time. Thanks for stopping in.